Well, as you may be able to tell, my difficulty with the editing software that I usually like to use is still got a hiccup or two. So I'm going with my Plan B editor today, and we'll just keep working on it until we get it fixed or change softwares. Alrighty, on with today's day in history. Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for April 10th. April 10th is the 100th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 101st in leap years, with 265 days remaining to the end of the year. This is also Happy Siblings Day, so if you have any brothers or sisters, be sure and tell them Happy Siblings Day. Today's word is impetuous. Impetuous is an adjective that means marked by impulsive vehemence or passion, such as an impetuous temperament, or marked by force and violence of movement or action, such as an impetuous wind. This is certainly the time of year for impetuous winds. The word impetuous comes to us from Middle English, Anglo-French before that, ultimately from Latin, a word that means driving force. First known use of the word impetuous is in the 1300s, impetuous. And with that, we've mentioned Halley's Comet not too long ago, and it's been estimated that Halley's Comet made its closest approach to Earth on April 10th in the year 837. How close, you ask? Researchers estimated that Halley's Comet came to about 2.3 million miles from Earth at that time. For reference, the Sun is about 92 million miles from Earth. The Moon, on average, is about 238 miles away, almost 239 miles from us most of the time. Right this minute, as I read this to you in 2023, Venus and Mars are both over 100 million miles from Earth. And depending where everybody is in their orbit, Venus can come as close to about 24 million miles from Earth, although not very often, and Mars can come as close as about 54.6 million miles from Earth, which is about 9 times the distance between the Earth and the Moon. And again, that doesn't happen very often. And of course, it all changes on a daily basis. So fairly well outside the distance of the Moon from Earth. Halley's Comet only comes around about every 76 years, and it typically averages about 8.3 million miles away. Big Ben is the nickname for the great bell of the clock of Westminster, although many of us, I think, consider the entire clock and tower as Big Ben. Well, let me tell you, Big Ben the bell is one seriously huge bell. The first bell was cast while they were building the tower, and the old darling cracked while it was being tested, so they had to cast another one. The second bell was cast on April 10th, 1858 at the Whitechapel Bells Foundry. The second bell was cast slightly smaller, and by slightly smaller, I mean the original bell was about 16 tons, and the recast bell was a little over 15 tons. If a ton is 2,000 pounds, by the way, we're talking about 30,000 pounds of metal. A little heavier than 4 2021 Dodge Ram 3500 pickup trucks. Yowza. And I can't let April 10th slide by without mentioning that the book Alcoholics Anonymous was first published on April 10th, 1939. It contains a description of the methods that the first 100 members used to get sober and stay that way for at least a year. And they intended it to be used as a guide for others, along with personal stories of sober members. Affectionately known as the Big Book among AA members, it's often used in meetings as a source of inspiration and guidance for recovering alcoholics. Currently in its 4th edition, the Big Book is available in over 70 languages, is also available online, and is in use all over the world. Today's song is I'm Telling You Now by Freddie and the Dreamers. Written by Freddie Garrity and Mitch Murray, This song was originally released in the UK in 1963 and then in the US in 1965. The song hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 on April 10th, 1965, and held that spot for 2 weeks. The wild marionette dance that Freddie and the Dreamers did in their live performances came to be called the Freddie and became a minor dance fad. I'm Telling You Now by Freddie and the Dreamers, #1, April 10th, 1965. Link in the description. I'll keep working on trying to get my editing software issues taken care of. Hopefully, it's just a vacation weekend issue that I can get fixed pretty easily on Monday. I hope. Alrighty. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay, hold on. Pardon. Okay.